23rd Lucia and Julfest, and it's celebrated here in honor of our Scandinavian heritage and tradition. So it's a time of joy and also anticipation from all of you, and we hope you will enjoy this evening and participate with singing and also dancing around the Christmas tree later. In the Nordic countries, the countdown to Christmas starts with Advent, when we light a candle for each Sunday on a traditional candle holder with room for 4 candles. Gru, who was born in Norway, will now tell us about some special traditions from her country.
So in doing a little bit of research, I grew up with the use of purple for Advent. And then I questioned, why purple? And come to find out, purple was used for, it symbolizes anticipation and preparation. And of course we are preparing for Christ's birth, the celebration of Christ's birth. So when I grew up, this was the candle holder that we used, and you start, Christmas in Norway begins the 4th Sunday before Christmas, and it doesn't end before January 13th. That's the last day, so it gives a long time for celebration, and it is definitely a time when friends, family, everybody spends extra time together, so it's just a wonderful time. And during this time of Advent, we used to have purple around. We had purple napkins. Some people had purple pillows on their couches and just really played on this purple. Well, now I come to find out that talking to my friends over there, they got tired of having to change these candles all the time, because this is just a regular candle and you burn it every single night. You know, as soon as it gets dark, and if you live in Norway, it gets dark at 3 in the afternoon. So you burn a lot of candles during Christmas time. So now my girlfriend told me what they do is they buy a kubbelys, you know, one of these guys, 4 of them, big ones, and then do a decoration, mostly with moss and little Santas and this and that. And then that's what they use throughout the season. And of course, at the same time, on the first day of December, we start with the Advent calendar. And when you're a child, this is very exciting because you get to open a window every day, and there might be a chocolate inside or maybe just a nice picture. And actually, the very, very beginning of Advent was an orange. And they would put 24 cloves in the orange. And then every day, they would take one out. So when they're all gone, it's Christmas Eve. And that's what, you know, when our celebration starts. So that's the story I have on Advent for you tonight.
I will now give you some background on how the Lucia celebrations came about. And it all started way back in Sicily around the 4th century, when a young woman became a Christian and gave away her belongings. She became accused of witchcraft, and she died as a martyr. The legends of the courageous Lucia were first taken to Sweden by early missionaries, and she later appeared as a glowing figure dressed in white coming across Lake Vänern. She brought gifts of food to the starving people, and today shines as a symbol of light and hope. The Swedish Lucia Day, December 13th, dates back to the 1500s, but the tradition of having a girl dressed in white with a crown of candles on her head happened about 300 years ago. Early morning in Scandinavia, where it's cold and dark, and often snow, like right now, a lot of snow on the ground, usually the oldest girl, although they do take turns, in the family would dress up as a Lucia and surprise her parents with coffee, saffron buns, and pepparkakor, the little ginger snap cookies. Sisters and brothers would also join and sing traditional songs. In the Lucia procession, the girls are called tanor, or attendants in English, and the boys are star boys, and we call them stjärngossar in Swedish. It's common that a favorite teacher will have a visit from about 5 to 10 students at home early before school starts. So this would be between 6:30 and 7, and that person would be celebrated at home. And so the day continues with the Lucia programs in school, places of work, churches, hospitals, airports, community centers, and also appropriate, the Nobel Prize winners will have a special Lucia come to their hotel and also at the festivities in Stockholm. So now, here in Brookings, we will enjoy our own Lucia Fest.